The synthesizers.com Modular is a fully modular analog synthesizer. Being that it is fully modular, each module must be patched together using patch cables, and each system will feature different modules based on what the customer orders. I'll quickly demonstrate how to patch a simple sound. First, we must choose an oscillator. Oscillators continually produce sound, so to demonstrate that, I'll patch a ramp wave from one of the oscillators into an amplifier module. Next, let's add a filter. I'll take the oscillator's signal out of the amplifier and route it to a filter. Then, I'll patch the filter's output back into the amplifier. Now we can adjust the cutoff and resonance controls of the filter. Next, let's add a trigger source and an envelope to the mix. I'm going to use a second oscillator's pulse output to create my trigger. Leaving everything patched in, I'll patch the pulse out of the second oscillator into the envelope generator, then the envelope generator's output into the control input on our amplifier. The amplifier's control potentiometer now dictates the synth's amplitude. Now we have control over when the amplifier lets sound through, and we can shape it with our envelope generator. Let's add a second envelope now to control the filter. I'll take the second oscillator's pulse output out of the envelope generator and patch it into a multiples module. A multiples module basically multiplies whatever is patched into it. Next, I'll take one of the multiples outputs and patch it back into our original envelope. Next, I'll patch another output from the multiples module and patch that into a second envelope generator. Finally, I'll take the output of that second envelope generator and patch it into the volt per octave control on the filter. Now we can shape the filter via the second envelope generator. We can add frequency modulation to our patch by selecting a third oscillator and patching one of its outputs to the linear frequency input on our original oscillator. We can then control the rate of modulation via the third oscillator's frequency control and the depth of modulation via the linear frequency control on the first oscillator. This is an example of the type of sounds you can get by incorporating a sequencer, multiple oscillators, envelopes, filters, and amplifiers, and a few utility modules.